Hi, welcome back to Sunday. It's Shirley, and I'm here to talk to you about today about counter transference and countertransference. You recognize what I'm talking about when I describe it. If you already know, transference is when you transfer the emotions and feelings you have towards someone, like say my mom, onto my therapist or your therapist. It's easy, it's inevitable that when you're working with someone and you're dealing with trauma issues, especially that you're going to transfer onto the therapist some of the emotions and feelings you had about your mother or your grandfather or just anybody really, your spouse. I mean, you're going to transfer the love hate feelings you may have towards your spouse. I mean, it's a normal part of healing. Uh, it allows you to explore your feelings in a safe place. Um, Say your mother was abusive. My mother was abusive. And I transferred on to Paula, my therapist. So a lot of anger and a lot of distrust. Oh, big time distrust. Um, and that, you'd think that would hinder me, by telling her, um, putting on Paula my feelings toward my mom. But actually, it helps because you can't, when you're a child and you're being abused, you can't yell at your mom or tell them off. I'd say don't yell at your therapist. This is not nice. But, sit there and uh, you're not allowed to do anything to protect yourself or to express yourself when you're in that situation. When you're an adult with a therapist, it's a safe place. It may take you a while to feel safe because, it took me 2 years to cry in front of the woman, the poor thing. Um, but transferring on your feelings onto your therapist is an important milestone. Um, and the countertransference is interesting, maybe even more interesting than the transference, because therapists are only human and they can become attached to their clients in ways that are not professional. The professionalism protects them because you become attached to a client. Inevitably, they're going to leave or even die and leave you when you're in remorse and sad and extreme grief, or them. So it's not good for them to be so latched on. Um, it would be easy to do. If somebody comes to you acting as a hurt kid. I mean, what are you going to do? You may respond in kind by wanting to give them hugs and give them treats and tell them that they're special to you and all this. But that's not healthy for the therapist at all. Um, I mean, it's healthy to express some. It's inevitable and healthy to express some um, um, liking of the person, even a little bit of loving of the person. But it's not healthy to transfer all the emotions and feelings onto yourself that they're feeling. If they or take it personal because they get angry with you and yell or talk to you mean, when in actual that's transference. And a well-trained therapist will know this, and they go into a treatment with a client knowing that that's a possibility and that they may need to seek outside help, maybe a trainer or another therapist to work through it. But it's how therapy works. It's how therapy works. Transference onto your therapist, so your emotions, feelings, so they get them out in the open where you can see them and deal with them. That's how it works. In case you ever wondered how therapy works, that's pretty much how it works. And therapists are trained to understand that that's how it works, and that they are in danger of being tangled up in something that they can't get away from. I believe that's also how sometimes sexual relationships develop between client and therapist, which is very unethical and can get them their license yanked. Because there's such transference and countertransference, and they're dealing. We are your client, me and my therapist. We're dealing with intimate things, And it'd be easy to fall into that trap if you weren't well trained. If ever that happens to you, leave that therapist immediately and seek out help from someone else, because not that they sexual encounters, but if they become amorous towards you, it's time to break off. As painful as it might be, that's a warning from me. It won't work. It cannot work. So that's my talking for today, my advice. And I hope that you all have a good week. And I will see you back here next weekend. Okay. Bye-bye.